Hey guys, what's up? So in this tutorial, we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about data annotations. And basically, data annotation is a really cool way of validating user input. A lot of times, especially if you come from other frameworks, or if you come from no framework, like not using a framework, then you'll know that you have to validate on the server side because you can't trust the client; it's totally insecure. Then you have to write JavaScript or use jQuery to validate on the client side, just because that's what you have to do. And then it ends up taking a lot of time, and you're doing stuff you don't really want to do, and you're doing front end work and back end work. ASP.NET uses data annotations to do this for you automatically, and it's really, really useful. So if we look at this is our videos class, and if we come here and let's just say we want to make sure that this string name is required all the time. So we can just add this data annotation after we've imported the component model.data annotations up here. We can just go required, just like that. And now it will not get saved back to the database if this field is left blank. We can also put in here an error message. So we can say error message equals, please enter a name. Okay, so now this was actually going to get displayed if they try to enter this in with no field. This is going to get returned and put back with JavaScript. And actually, if they don't support, it's actually pretty cool how the ASP.NET framework does this. If it'll error message out if they try to enter this to the database without, when this is blank, it'll error out and it'll display this in JavaScript. And if their browser doesn't support JavaScript, it'll fall back and it'll reload the page and it'll just enter, please enter name. So it's really useful. You can actually check it out with or without JavaScript, which is pretty neat because some clients don't have JavaScript installed. So I'm going to do this. Oh wait, now that's a video link. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do same thing here, but instead of please enter a name, I'm just going to say please enter a description. So we can do that, and then for this public URL, I'm going to go ahead and we're just going to say please enter a URL. And for this one too, because this is URL, well, actually, the first thing I want to do with this one actually is I actually don't like the way that this one's displayed. Right now, it just says URL, and that sort of doesn't say, much about it. So I'm going to say here is display, and then I'm going to say name equals URL of the video. So now, instead of it just displaying out URL, and by default, the entity framework, when it created all of our views, it's just displaying them as name or description or URL, just whatever their actual variable is named. So with this now, it's just going to say URL of the video. And another thing I can do with this one too is I can make sure I can do data type. So I can make sure that this is an actual URL that I'm entering here. So, and then just do data type dot URL. Oh, capital data type dot URL. So now it's going to, and then I can also go ahead and do error message equals, please make sure it is a valid URL. So now if they try to enter it in and it's blank, it'll say please enter a URL. This will be its display name, it's just URL of the video, and it has to be a valid URL type. And if it's not, this error message is going to get displayed. So that's pretty cool. You don't have to write any JavaScript. That's it. So now let's go ahead and let's go to our admin videos controller, and it's going to error out, and you'll see why. Well, trust me right now, is that it's going to error out after we did that. So if you only watched half this video and then your your project starts erroring out, if you're following along with me, you may have to come back to this video and you'll see why. And actually, we're gonna fix this in the next video. So if we'll see, whoa, it's not loading, and we get this error, and it's invalid operator, unhandled exception. Robert, what did you just do? You just broke my project. Basically, because we're changing the database, we're going to have to update the database. So that's what we're going to talk about in the next video. We're going to talk about entity framework and enabling migrations, which is really useful. So anyways, thanks a lot for tuning in, and I'll see you in the